Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your girl V, and I am the host of LoveVeeTalks. Before we get started, you already know, please do not forget to follow your girl on Instagram and TikTok at LoveVeeTalks and subscribe to your girl YouTube channel, LoveVeeTalks. Thank you to all my OG listeners. Thank you to all my new listeners. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Today is an exciting day because I have my very second guest on my video podcast, and I want her to introduce herself. Someone that's very special to me. One of the first people that I actually met when I moved to Dallas. Great friend, supporter. I love her dearly. Tell them who you are.
Hey y'all, I'm Casey, owner of Shades by Casey. I have a Shades boutique. I create events, I do content, I do all of that. And thank you to my good friend V for inviting me.
Yes. So I just want to say thank you for being my second guest. You know, I love you. And, I had a few questions for you because I'm like, I feel like we should, I know you're a little shy sometimes. So I'm like, okay, let's break this girl out her shell. So I had a few questions for you, friend.
Okay.
So one of my first questions is, what is your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration is really like my nieces and nephews. Like they really keep me going. When I started my business, I felt like I wanted to leave something behind because I don't have kids myself, but I got them. So it's like I definitely want to leave something behind. So they inspire me to get up every day and do what I got to do, really.
Yeah. So how many nieces and nephews do you have?
I have 2 nephews and 1 niece.
Okay. So when you say that they're your biggest inspiration, was that like the first thing when you said, I want to start my own business? Well, first of all, before we get into that, like, did you know what you wanted to do as far as starting your own business?
You know what? I didn't. So how I started was, it was my last year of high school. Everybody graduated. Everybody was talking about going to college, but I always knew that that's not what I want to do. School was not for me. But if it is for you, I commend you because it's hard.
Man.
So I knew it wasn't what I wanted to do. So I'm like, I got to do something. But that same night, it's crazy, y'all, but I had a dream about shades. And I'm like, why am I having dreams about shades? So that's when I got into entrepreneurship. Like, oh, I can do something else. I don't have to go to college. I can do something else, you know what I'm saying, to make it and stuff. So I just started doing my research, and then that's how it all started.
So when you wanted to start your business and you said, I'm having these dreams, like this is what I want to do, how supportive or how did it affect your relationships with your family, friends, like when you wanted to start your business?
Man, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all now, entrepreneurship is a journey. Like, a lot of people don't understand, like, it's a lot of stuff that I had to miss out on, like trips and stuff, because it's like I'm supporting myself. You know, I'm investing in my business, and I have to invest. When I make the money, I have to invest it back in my brand. So a lot of people did not understand, but it's not for everybody to understand. So I had to, my relationships got kind of rocky because sometimes people didn't understand, like, why is she doing this or what's she doing next, da-da-da-da. But it's like, I don't, the regular life is not for me. When I say regular life, I mean going to work, going home, going to work, going home. It's like I knew it was something more. So sometimes people don't understand, so it does kind of affect my relationships. And I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. Older people like moms and grandmas and stuff, they don't kind of really believe in entrepreneurship, like how we doing it now, like moving around, doing this networking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, we got social media now, so they like, why you always on your phone? I gotta promote. You know, I gotta make money. You know what I'm saying? I make money off my phone and stuff like that. So a lot of people don't get it, but as I'm growing and I'm learning that it's not for everybody to get. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm glad that you said that, like, because it's not for everybody to understand. Really, I feel like when you go into your own lane and want to go into entrepreneurship, most people, if anybody, is not going to understand because the vision that you have is specifically yours. And it is a scary world because really, I mean, if you want to keep it real, it's like you're doing it by yourself. Like, you might have somebody that supports you because they love you, but they don't understand your vision. So as far as like missing out on certain things, did you feel any guilt? Because I know I did. So how did you deal with that? Like, Did people take it personal or?
Okay, so some people did kind of like, take it personal because like we said, they don't, understand. But I always try. I'm a lover for real. So I try to make sure everybody understands where I'm coming from. Like if I miss out on something, I'll be like, I love you. I'm just trying to get to where I want to be, and I always throw that in there. When I'm there, we gonna be up top. We gonna be up top, but you just got to stay patient. And I always tell myself. Sometimes I tell my friends, I'm like, $1 million vision. You just got to stay down. So like sometimes I have to miss out on stuff. Sometimes I can't go everywhere and stuff like that. So I just make sure I fill them up with love and let them know that I love you, but I'm in this thing right now and I got to stay focused. I got to keep doing this. It don't make sense right now, but eventually it will.
Right. Yeah, for sure. So when you started, how was your journey to success? Was it like hard for you? Were you still learning? Because I mean, okay, let me ask you this. Okay. Are there any entrepreneurs in your family?
You know what? No, and I think that's why it's so hard on me because I don't have nobody in my family to like look up to and be like, look, okay, she's taking him or her, they're taking this path. Let me see. I don't really have a blueprint, so It's like I'm starting from scratch. So like. And it's like I'm failing. It's like trial and error. So it's like I want to go through it now. So then when my nephews and nieces, they come up, they like, oh, I can look to my auntie. She got her own business. Let me try to figure out what she do if they don't want to take the other route, like going to college or stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, it's already scary. I can imagine even if you do have the blueprint from other people in your life, it's still scary because ultimately like your business is your baby. That's your bread and butter. Like that's how you plan on making your money. Like the money stops and begins with you. Yep. So it's scary because it's like you not punching the clock where you could take PTO. Where you want to take a day off.
No days off. What they say, no days off.
But the good thing is if you are doing something that you love, you don't necessarily feel like you're working. So that is a blessing in itself, even if you are working 24/7. Right. So, okay, so we talked about like your relationships being affected. Did you lose people along the way, or did they like eventually like come around, or how did that work?
Man, that's a good question. I did lose some people along the way, but I always let them know it's all love on my end. It's all love on me. It don't make sense right now, but it will eventually. So I feel like, okay, so I went to this seminar and this lady, she said, once you start winning, people will start recruiting back to you. So everything that you lost when you was down and when you was hustling your head down, you was working and people didn't understand what they was doing. Once eventually they'll recruit back to you. And it's all love on my end, like I said. So if they want to come back, when this stuff is popping, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll accept them with open arms because, if it's the other way around, I probably wouldn't understand either. So
Yeah. So do you... Because I'm not going to lie, like I'm still kind of struggling with the idea of people coming back around just because in the back of my mind, it's like, okay, but why you want to come back around? Like to me, it's even though you might not understand my vision off the strength of loving me, you should still support me. So like if somebody come back around, I don't know how I would feel. Yeah. So do you struggle with that, like taking it personal, or do you feel like you'll be welcoming, or do it depend?
You know what? I do struggle with that, but I'm in therapy. Go to therapy. I'm in therapy, so I'm learning a lot of forgiveness, and I'm learning to like lately I've been feeling like, okay, well, what if I was on the other side and I didn't understand what this, girl was doing or whatever. But like I said, it's all love on my end. And like coming back, when I say coming back, I don't mean like fully letting them into my life. It's just like, just know that the love is there. But like you said, I kind of do have trouble like letting people back in after they done left. Like you see, you don't think that this stuff is gonna work, so you gone.
Right.
But I don't know. Me being in therapy, I'm learning, like I said, forgiveness. So I don't know. So I guess if they do come back around, I don't really know. I don't really know.
I feel like that's hard.
Yeah.
Because I feel like... Okay, I feel like it's some people that they're there, but they not fully there. But then there's also the ones where they completely eliminated themselves. So I feel like it just depends on how different our relationship was. So if you are completely out of the picture and then you pop back up, I honestly don't know how I would handle it.
Right.
I feel like it also depends on, because some people really aren't necessarily in the position to support you. Like maybe they going through something and it's like they barely even have enough support for themselves. So they don't feel like they can fully be there for you.
But you know what?
Yeah.
All support does not involve money. And I want
Yep.
people to know that it doesn't. Like a simple "I love you" text, a simple "keep going, I see what you're doing" text, "I'm proud of you," that goes a long way. Because us as entrepreneurs, sometimes we get stuck. So a simple "I'm proud of you," "I love you," "I see what you're doing," even referring your business to somebody or sharing a flyer or something like that goes a long way. So all support does not have to do with money. So don't get caught up in that. So don't think that all support involves money. So you can do the little simple things. "I love you," "I'm proud of you," stuff like that. That goes a long way.
Yeah, that's so true. Because even now that I'm thinking about the relationships that I have with like my other friends, who have businesses or trying to, try another business venture, I'll still like if I can't support them financially, it's like I see you, friend, or I'll send them, I'll tell you all the time that I love you, like randomly.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't heard from her in a little minute. I'm like, let me check. Because you don't even know what your friends are going through, especially when they're venturing off in their entrepreneurship. But sharing a post, just like you said, or showing up, like events, like just be there.
Right.
Like even if you can't financially. So it's not always it. So that's very true.
Definitely.
I think that... So the people, have you even had anybody like dip off and then come back yet? Or is that something that you like?
Let me think.
Because I don't think I've had that yet.
Have I? I think I have. So I've done I want to say 7 events now. So I did have some people when I'm in my 3rd, 4th event, they were gone. And then towards my last, 7th, 8th events, they would come back and they can come, see it. But it's conversation, not really. It was just, showing up just to see, how she doing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything like that.
Yeah.
But when I do get big, I know, people will come around, and I probably will be here, with open arms. But just so you know, it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you expect your friends or your family to have a hand in helping you with your business, or do you just need the support, like the moral support? You don't need them to actually actively help you.
You know what? As I'm growing, I'm learning I don't need any of that. A lot of people, they feel like, a lot of people stop because somebody don't support them. You can't go in just thinking, I'm finna have all this support. You can't expect nothing. I head down at work. You can't expect anything. A lot of my friends, they're entrepreneurs too as well. So when I post something, I'm having an event or something, they just pull up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just stuff like that. So I don't expect it at all. Because if you expect support, you're going to be disappointed every time. You got to support yourself full force. When you head down and work, you're not worried about the noise, none of that. You just really focus. And when you attract that support. You really, you attract it. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And then with me, I don't think that I would even want any of my family and my friends having a hand in it unless I specifically ask, I'm doing an event, can you help me with blah, blah, blah? Because I'm weird about having full control, because it's your baby.
Yeah, for
your
sure.
business is your baby. So it's if something go wrong, and I need to work on my patience. I'm still working on my patience. So if something get messed up, I'm like, dang, I should just did it myself. So yeah, I feel like the moral support is what's the most important. That's what's going.
For sure.
But even go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I was gonna say, how you feel like? I feel like if you have a partner when you are doing entrepreneurship, that's the kind of support you should kind of expect. So how do you feel like dating while you in entrepreneurship?
I think that the person that you're with, like my boo Devontae, he's very supportive. Everything that I do, shout out to him. But I think he's very supportive of everything that I want to do. Like, even if he don't understand my vision, like with my video podcasting, I've been saying for a while that I wanted to do video.
I remember.
Yes, been saying that for a long time. And then all I said was, this is something that I want to do. Like, I keep holding it off. I don't know why. And he literally booked for me to do my very first one. And I didn't even have all the details. He found somebody, hey, look, these are the options, go for it. And I'm like, dang, okay, bet. Now I don't have no excuse. So it's definitely a blessing. But even if he didn't have like a hands-on, just the moral support would have been appreciated.
Goes a long way.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, because I don't know if I necessarily believe like a partner should like has to have a hand in it, but as long as they're supporting you and they're not holding you back, I feel like that's what matters the most.
Yeah, for sure.
But what about you?
So I feel like dating and entrepreneurship very rocky for me, very rocky. But like you said, support goes a long way. If you know I'm having an event come up, bringing your people out, share my post, all that stuff goes a long way. I mean, I was recently dating somebody. He would invest in my business. That's all I need. Like, give me some inventory, something like that. But like I said, I don't expect it. But I won't be with nobody who won't support, my business for sure. If you see your girl getting it, you got to support her. Like vice versa. If your man, he got something going on, you got to support him. Yeah. We not staying stagnant. We going up. So we got to elevate each other for sure.
For sure. I used to believe that your partner had to have a hand in it, but now because like if he was into something that I didn't fully understand, I don't want no hand in it. But because to me, it's like if I don't understand it, I feel like I'm lost and I feel like I'm hurting more than I'm helping. So the moral support, like, I see what you're doing, babe. Do you doing a great job? Or I'll just ask, because like I feel like I'm just putting my hand in something that's your baby. Like I don't want to interject myself into something that you're passionate about, unless you specifically ask me for it. Because I know how I am about somebody putting their hand in my stuff, and I'm like, I don't want it.
I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. I guess it just depends. Like with events, man. It's so much with events. It's like I need a hand,
girl,
specifically. But with my podcast, it's like as long as you morally there for me, more support. I don't really care about you doing all that other stuff. That's if you want to. Yeah. So okay. So now we on the topic of like relationships and entrepreneurship. Do you feel like? Have you ever had a situation where you felt like somebody was hurting your business?
Oh, I had a situation where I felt like somebody was not protecting my name. And when you are a brand, like you a walking brand. So like everything around you, you got to protect the brand at all costs. So like I feel like your name is your brand. Like I said that. So if you're not protecting it, you got to move around. So all that, people don't understand that all that is a factor in everything. So I always think like, look, you're not protecting my name. You got to move around. Like I always say this, like you messing up the brand, you bad for business. I can't have you around like that. So yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah. Okay. So I had a situation to where somebody was not necessarily like directly affecting it, but I noticed that I wasn't putting enough time, focus into my brand. And that was when I knew like that situation wasn't going to work, because they require so much time and so much energy outside of it that I felt like they were not aligned with my vision of where I needed to go.
You know what? Okay, so my therapist told me, she said, the things that you do before you get into a relationship, the things that you love, like, you love your business. If you stop doing those things, then with that person, then maybe you need to reconsider, their relationship. Because I feel like a person that's really for you, they're going to push you to do better in all those areas.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I definitely feel like that's so true. I think that the person should definitely fit in like a puzzle piece. It's like it should just make
naturally,
sense.
Yeah.
That's it. Like ain't no forcing, ain't no, I need you to support me. Like they're naturally going to fit in where they get in. Like that's it.
For sure.
So where do you see Shades by KC in the next 5 years?
The next 5 years, well, next year I want to start getting a storefront together, and I want them in multiple cities. So I'm from St. Louis. I do kind of want to have something there. I started my brand in Austin, so I want one there. So like just really like different places. I kind of want to be like Ray-Ban, Chanel, all that. So it's gonna come eventually. I just gotta, stay consistent, and I do still want to keep doing events in like different cities and stuff like that. So,
Okay, cool. So, how do you find support, or do you feel like you found support in other entrepreneurs? Meaning, like, okay, you started your business and you met other entrepreneurs. How they help push you?
really just inspiration. Like if I get up in the morning and I get on Instagram, I ain't promoting nothing today. I see them, promoting their stuff. It's like, all right, I got to stay on top of it. Like little stuff like that, like goes a long way. Like if I get on there, I try to follow people that's like I'm inspired by, or that motivates me, or that's doing something like. So it's like I don't know. So that kind of stuff like motivates me. Like say, okay, they doing content today. Let me get in my content bag. Stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what is one piece of advice that somebody gave you where you kind of like brush it off, like, no, that don't even make no sense, or no, I don't need that. And then later on, you like, damn, they were right.
Man, really worrying. I worry so much. Oh my gosh. I be feeling like everything gotta be so perfect, but it don't. It does not at all. So my mama used to tell me, she like, stop worrying so much. You worried about it. You didn't already did this 1,000 times. All you gotta do is, keep going. You already got it. And I feel like I put unnecessary stress on myself. So I am learning how to just calm down, let the chips fall. Like everything is gonna be all right. Just stop worrying. Like
Yeah. That's definitely something that I had to learn, because I don't know if we talked about it, but like with my first event that I hosted, the venue had fell through the day of.
yeah, I remember.
I was so towed up because I've been planning for months, and then the day of it fell through, and like my friend Sade, she, shout out to Sade, but
Hey girl.
she, when I tell you, she was just walking on clouds. Like she walking around, getting her little makeup, fixing her makeup, getting dressed and stuff. I said, girl, I need a venue. Oh, don't worry about it. We got it. And I texted the group chat, like, I need to find a venue. I can't remember if it was Kiki or Taylor. I can't remember. I called one of y'all. I'm crying. She said, girl, what is you crying for? We gonna find a venue. Found one. It was perfect. Like literally perfect. I love the setup, and it just worked out. Like, damn, I'm sitting there worrying for nothing. And
you know what I tell myself when like stuff like that happens and stuff always come up? I say improvise. You gotta improvise. I say bosses don't complain. We figure it out. We gotta keep going. We gotta I do events too. So if something happen, DJ cancel something, I got other resources. You know what I'm saying? That's why we network, so we can build those resources and stuff. It's like I could just make this phone call. I ain't gotta cry about it.
Yeah.
Like we don't complain. We gon' figure it out. Amen. And then as you keep going, it's gonna come naturally. Like, oh, that didn't fall through. Let me call my other resource. Like you got all these resources because you networking. You building your name up, you building your brand up. Like fall back on those resources. Like
I'm glad, because I felt like I had to have all my ducks in a row in order to even host an event. So that's why it took so long to plan. And I'm glad that I put myself out there, because when I tell you I had everything planned. And so me actually having the experience of that one thing, the main thing falling through, definitely taught me, like, number one, it's still gonna work out.
Yep.
Number two, you can't be sitting up there wasting time crying about it. You gotta fix it. It is what it is. And definitely courage and having faith. Like you cannot be scared.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, your faith got to be strong, and then everything else is gonna fall in place. But as we grow and we keep going, it's always gonna be something that come up. But we just gotta stick to the plan. It's gonna work out for sure.
Yeah. So I know like money is a huge thing with starting a business. How did you fund? Was it just you just kept working? Like, what did you do?
Okay, so when I first started out, I was working because I had to get the inventory. So I was working, and then when I got to a point where I was seeing my money, it was like, okay, just flip this money. Like, you made money off this, flip it, invest it again. But now I'm at a point to where it's like, okay, something larger. You need some, you got more ideas, stuff like that. So I am thinking about going back to a 9 to 5, but ain't nothing wrong with that. You can be an entrepreneur and work a 9 to 5. I used to always be like, that's slave mentality, but no, you ain't trying to be broke. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My sisters used to hate that. They was like, why you saying that? I'm like, y'all going to work, y'all slaves like that. They was like, they used to hate that.
Not you doing
but
it like
that. It backfired on me. So it's like humble. It teaches you humbleness. Like entrepreneurship taught me to be humble. Like I could be a boss and a worker. And you know what I'm saying? So like I don't have a partner right now. So it's like I see some of my friends, they got men that invest in them and stuff like that. It's like, okay, that's not the cards you were played with. So now you got to figure it out on your own. So I'm learning that. So when a partner do come along, it's like, okay, now I can relax. But right now I got to do this. I got to do what I got to do. If that's working 9 to 5, is that flip the money, keep flipping it, then that's what I'm going to have to do. So
Yeah, for sure. I think that because I see a lot on social media of people like, oh, how to start this business with $100 or $50 or no money down. And I'm like, I'm not saying that those are like necessarily a bad thing, but I think that, and you can chime in, is people don't realize that starting a business, whether you putting the money up front or later on down the line, like you cannot be scared to spend a few dollars and it's thousands of dollars. Like you cannot be scared.
Money. Yeah. And scared money don't make no money.
Don't make no money. You cannot be scared.
You gotta risk it all. You gotta bet on yourself for sure. It's a gamble. I always tell people it's a gamble. Just like doing events, like people sign up for vendor events. I tell them like, look, this is a gamble. You may make money, you may not make money, but that's the risk of being an entrepreneur. So yeah.
I think that sometimes, like especially as an entrepreneur, when something doesn't work, it can be discouraging. But it's not. Like everything isn't going to always work, and that's something that you have to learn to be okay with.
Right.
You might fail a few times, but to me, none of it is failure. It's always a learning lesson. Every last thing.
Say that.
Yeah.
Say that. For sure.
Because we think when one thing don't work, we think, oh my God, like maybe this isn't meant for me. But no, that's not how it works. These things, like when you look back, it's like, oh, okay, I learned that because, okay, I can take that learning lesson, I can apply it now. It is what it is.
Right.
So how did you feel when you were like taking losses? Like how did you handle that?
Man, I took so many losses that I just keep it's like I'm resilient now. Take a loss, I know I'm gonna bounce back. Like it's just becoming like you gotta take L's. That's just what it is. You gonna take L's and you learn from them, and it helps you. It develops character. It develops everything. So it's been a few times where I was like bottom, took an L, and I was like, but I never had that thought to give up because one day it can happen. One day it could definitely happen.
Yeah, you're not lying. I mean, it's okay to take a few losses. You might take. I just feel like all you need is that one good opportunity where you like, okay, that's what I'm doing it for. Yeah, I think that entrepreneurship, especially when you look at other platforms, you think, oh, they making millions of dollars, they doing this, but we don't see that they were living out their car. We don't see that they had no support, or we don't see that they were like sick, they had all these health issues. We didn't see that part. We only see where they at right now. And people think, man, I want this lifestyle. And it's not always going on vacation. You're going to be working. Like you have to work because the money starts and ends with you. And I don't think that a lot of people are necessarily like prepared for that part. We just see the end of other businesses.
That's why I kind of try to like be transparent about, because I do coaching too. I try to be transparent. I'm like, look, y'all see me promoting this stuff and stuff like that. It's not to flex on nobody. It's really to change my situation, like get to where I want to be. A lot of people see that and be like, oh, and a lot of people see that your business is doing good. They feel like they don't have to support you no more. And it's like, no, y'all don't know what goes on behind. Y'all don't know how many L's it took, how many, bad business or whatever I have to deal with. Like it's a lot that goes on behind the scenes for sure.
Oh yeah, you ain't lying. So with that, like, cause I know that you host your events and you have a one coming up.
Yeah,
actually.
it's April 27th, Austin, Texas.
Okay, so is it like, what is it? Is it a vendor event?
Yeah, so this one is going to be a pop-up shop. So usually my events turn into like parties, but this one, y'all, it's not a party, it's an event, okay? But one thing I like doing events is because I like to give people opportunities. A lot of my vendors are new. They just started out their business. So, you know, I extend the opportunity like, hey, you can vendor at this event, meet new people, network, and stuff like that. So, yeah, this is a pop-up shop. This is going to be my eighth event. Eighth event.
So you like a vet now.
Girl, yes. Yes, I am. I'm getting tired of it, but it's okay.
I think I love your events because they're so, like, the themes that you come up with, the different type of vendors that you have. When I say her events are it, like, I really appreciate you for just continuing to grow and to learn and to be fearless.
Thank
because
you.
I definitely learned from you. You have helped me so much. You have been very supportive with coaching. We always crying. That ain't nothing new. But with coaching, if I say I don't know what I'm doing, or like I come to you, I reach out to you, like you literally just send me like just resources. Yes. Oh, this is what you can do, V. Or you said you want to do this. You always remember like business ventures that I want to do. You like, V, you'll be so great at this. Like I started learning how to do graphic design. Like I low key kind of gave up on that idea, not because I didn't want to do it, but I had other stuff that I had my hand in. But I remember one day you like just randomly sent me like some videos or some posts, and I'm like, dang, okay. And I started back doing it, and somebody started I started getting paid. From it.
Look, and it's like stuff like that encourages, that inspires me. When I can help somebody out or feel like, okay, I got this resource, let me hand it to my friend. That inspires me. It motivates me because like I don't want to be at the top by myself. I want all my people to be at the top. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you, girl.
I appreciate you. You've always shown me so much love, and
Thank
I
you.
love you so much.
I love you more.
Yeah. I think that sometimes like I'm scared to kind of collaborate with other people just because I don't know if it's like the little horror stories that I be seeing, like people falling out and stuff, but you can't be scared. And I think that you have a level of, when you work so hard for your business, you have a level of discernment that's like, honestly, that's not really a fear like it used to be for me. Just because you learn character very quickly.
For sure.
It's like you almost don't even have a choice when you go into your own business, because it's like anything that can affect your money, it's like you sniffing it out. Like, nah, I can't work with that person. Like you see it almost immediately.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So have you dealt with that? Somebody like maybe working with somebody and it didn't go well, or?
Let me see. Not really, because I like with my events and stuff, I really don't collab with people as much, but I always make sure if I want somebody to be a part, I always do a background check. And when I say background check, I want to know if your face clean, what they, you know what I'm saying? Like what kind of business you do, stuff like that. Like my brand ambassador, I made sure her face was clean. You know, she in college, you know, she networked, she's, you know, a good girl. So it's like, sometimes you do have to do your research before you go into business with somebody. And it's like I do hear about stuff, and you can't do business with your no, you can't do business with everybody, especially friends and stuff like that. Falling out, you know, if you really care about that relationship, I say keep business and personal separate for sure.
Oh,
you
yeah.
never know what might happen.
Yeah.
For sure.
I've been kind of okay. So when you first started your business, or just in general, honestly, people that you know, how do you take it when people want things for free?
Girl, at this point, people know not to ask me for nothing for free, okay? Okay, but you know, I do have a lot of content creator friends. So sometimes when they go out of town or something, I would just send them stuff like, look, because I know they're gonna promote it and I'm gonna make that money back like that. But like asking for somebody something for free, no, that's crazy. That's crazy for sure.
Yeah.
Unless like it's like I could see if it's like a promotion in, like say your friend, she got like 20,000 followers or something like that, and it's like a give and take. Like, okay, if you give me this product, I'm gonna promote it, and we work it out like that. But just dry giving you something for free, nah.
Yeah. And I think that in itself is crazy only because when you are, and everything is a dollar sign when you when you an entrepreneur. Sure. Like it's all you. So somebody just actively being like, hey, I know you worked hard for this, but give me that for free. That is wild to me. It don't make sense only because, okay, even if your argument is, oh, well, we're friends or we family or whatever. Okay, if we really are family, you would not have a problem with supporting me. Sure. And by the way, y'all, all these shades here, I love KC. Whenever she do a drop, I buy every last one, every single time. Yes. I do not play about my friend because I know the time, the energy, and the money that she put into her product. I'm not gonna dare ask her for anything for free. Okay, she put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in the things that she do. I would never ask my friend for nothing for free. Yes, period. That's a real. They work friend. Too hard, and if I ain't got it, she know I love her. I'm gonna share a post. I'm gonna tell people about her event. Like it's diabolical. Yeah, to ask somebody for something for free, especially if you're not gonna promote. Mm-hmm. No, don't do it. Friends, family, don't ask if you see your friend, your family member, your girlfriend, whatever, working hard for what they got going on. Do not fix your mouth to ask them nothing for free.
Yes.
Period.
Have you ever dealt with that? Like somebody asks you something for free, like.
I learned the audacity of people very quickly.
Oh yeah.
So when I actually dropped my first ebook, it was only $5, y'all. $5 ebook. People were asking me for that for free. That was when I knew, because I used to think, oh, well, maybe you need to make your product cheaper for people to want to buy it. It ain't about cheaper. People just simply just want stuff for free. They want to benefit from you. It don't matter how much it is, $1. And that was when I realized, like, wow.
But you know what I learned? Your friends and family are not your target audience.
No.
So that's how you know, like how you put your books on Amazon and stuff like that. Those are the people that are going to support, your business and stuff like that. That's why I said don't expect it from family and friends. You trying to reach a different audience. The people that's going to actually pay. They wouldn't dare fix their stuff. Like you wouldn't go into Gucci and be like, oh, let me get these shades for free. Like, come on now.
You just gonna walk past.
Yeah.
Like, you know you can't afford it.
Yeah. So yeah, don't be asking stuff for free, y'all. Yeah. We work hard.
Just like you said, and they can. I mean, I don't know their financial situation, but shoot, I would imagine that Gucci, Prada, whatever, they can take a couple losses. Yeah. They can afford it more so than your local entrepreneurs or like your smaller businesses. Right. So for you to ask them, it's crazy because you dare, just like you said, you weren't going to Chanel, Louis, you weren't going to any of those asking for anything for free. Right. And they don't even half the time they don't even have sales because they know the value of their product.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll pay that $500, $600, $1,500. So
for sure. Sure.
Well, do you have any questions for me, friend?
I don't have any questions, but I want you to know that I'm proud of you. I remember when you first said you wanted to start doing, your podcast, and you did it. So I'm very proud of you. Keep going. I'm inspired by you, for sure.
I love you. Thank you so much for being my guest. Please, and tell the people how to follow you, purchase, what they got to do.
You can follow me at Shades by KC. My website is shadesbykc.com, but my main Instagram is Shades by KC. You can connect with me. I do events. I network. So, yeah, just connect with me on Instagram for sure.
Well, thank you, friend. I appreciate you. Please do not forget to follow your girl on Instagram and TikTok at LoveVeeTalks and subscribe to my YouTube channel, LoveVeeTalks. Until next time, bye, y'all.
Bye.